Hi, today I'm going to show you how to use Snap Mat and some mistakes I made along the way. All you do is take a picture of your mat in Cricut Design Space app. Here are my pieces of vinyl that I used, and it was really simple. Once the app took the picture, it cut on each piece of vinyl exactly what I wanted it to have. So for this piece, I had a letter E cut. Then I had a date cut on the gray piece, and then I had a quote cut on the black piece. So what I'm doing now is just cutting the excess vinyl to put in my scrap stash. Same thing here with the gray one. And what you'll see soon is when things don't go according to plan, you have to go to plan B. So here I am pulling back the black vinyl, and part of it gets stuck on the sheet or on the mat. So I decide, let me pull it from the other side to see if I have a better result. And I don't. So I'm not going to say where this vinyl was purchased from, but I will say that it's a store brand, and I'll leave it at that. So I've heard that vinyl has a shelf life, and that may be true because this is some adhesive vinyl that I've had for some time. So it's quite possible that it was better when I first purchased it, and now it's just not as effective. So I'm taking a look at the cuts, seeing how I'm going to weed this. So I'm just cutting off the excess, and this extra vinyl will be going in the trash, not in the scrap stash. So here I am just starting to weed. So with this holographic vinyl, it's really simple. I'm just taking out the center part of the letter E, and then I'm just pulling back from the corner the adhesive vinyl with the Cricut pick. And this is really simple, no problems. This is a Cricut holographic vinyl that I purchased from Michael's. And the silvery gray vinyl that I have was given to me, so I'm not sure what brand it is. And again, I'm just picking out the centers of the numbers. And then I'll just go ahead and peel back from the corner with the Cricut pick. And this is going on a ring dish for my husband, because he always seems to misplace his ring when he gets home from work. And the letter E is going to go on a sign I purchased at the Target dollar spot for my sister-in-law. Okay, so here we go with the black adhesive vinyl. So I'm just trying to pick out the centers of the letters like I normally do. And I've had to fast forward this a little bit for you guys because otherwise it would have taken forever. And needless to say, this was a frustrating experience. So I was just doing my best, trying to take it all off. And I guess I'm just stubborn because I didn't want to abandon this project. The SVG is from AuntieTay.com, and it's actually part of a Disney SVG package, but I took off, there's a flower portion that you'll see, which unfortunately never makes it to my final project, but it's Beauty and the Beast inspired. So here I am, still chugging along, trying to get all the vinyl that I want to have to stay on the sheet, and all the excess vinyl I'm trying to pull back to get rid of. So I'm just clipping away the extra vinyl so it doesn't get in the way, because even though this isn't really sticking to the backing, it's kind of sticking to other vinyl, which was really frustrating. So here I am trying to keep the rows, and I just said forget it and cut it off. So now what I'm doing is estimating the amount of transfer tape that I'll need. So just a reminder, if you're using the Cricut transfer tape, do not get strong grip. Make sure you get just the regular standard grip. Strong grip is best for glitter vinyl. If you try and use strong grip on any other type of vinyl, it'll most likely pull up your adhesive, or I'm sorry, your vinyl, or it might leave a sticky finish on your project. So I've seemed to misplaced my Cricut scraper, so I decided to use a movie card, membership card that I had handy. So that's good to know in case you don't have a scraper or you've misplaced yours. Just grab an old credit card or gift card or membership card and it will work just the same. So here I am just making sure that the letters will, or I'm sorry, numbers will stick to the transfer tape. And same thing with the letter E. And if you notice, that transfer tape didn't quite cover the entire letter. So the nice thing about it is you can also overlap it if you want to put a few pieces together to get the entire shape covered. And it's also reusable. I don't always reuse mine. I try to, but honestly, it's just easier to trash it. Okay, so here we are with Be Our Guest, and I'm a little apprehensive about doing the transfer tape on top of it, but I've come this far, I might as well just continue with the project. So I'm just putting it over the vinyl, and then I'll go ahead and take the card and just scrape over the top to make sure it's adhering to the transfer tape. Okay, so now it's time to apply it to the sign. And I got this cute sign at Michael's. It was on sale one day. And I wasn't really sure where I'd put this up in my house, but I just knew I wanted to make something with it. So here I am pulling back the transfer tape from the adhesive vinyl, and so far it's going okay. It's a slow process, but it's working. I can already tell that the adhesive vinyl wants to lift. So for sure I know this is not going outside. I know this will not be a gift. And at this point, I'm just trying to make it through this project. I'll tell you, spoiler alert, I ended up just using it as a stencil. So the finished product ends up being a black sign with white letters saying Be Our Guest. Okay, so now it's time for the easy transfer of the letter E. Just going to pull back the transfer tape. And once that gets going, I'll place it down on the sign. And I'm trying to place it where I think it would look best against the flowers. So it probably isn't centered exactly right, but that's fine with me. And hopefully it's fine with my sister-in-law too. So I'm just smoothing it down before I get the card to press down on it. And once that's pressed down nicely, I'm just going to pull on the corner of the transfer tape and make sure that the vinyl is stuck down to the sign. So again, because I layered 2 pieces of transfer tape, when I'm peeling it back, it's peeling off in 2 separate pieces. Sometimes it'll even split into another piece. So that's another reason why I tend not to save the transfer tape. And here is the ring dish. So I just went ahead and wiped it down with rubbing alcohol, let it dry, and now I'm going to place down the numbers. I tried to center this one as best as it would go. It kind of goes up on the sides, so I had to make sure to press down on those numbers pretty well. So I even decided to use my fingernail because it could really get into that curved area better than that movie membership card can. And then I just start peeling it back and pressing down on the vinyl. And sometimes that pick can actually help you with really thin pieces. you can pull it back from the transfer tape if it's starting to lift and just press it back down. And so that's what I've done there. And this was also from the Target dollar spot. $1 for a ring dish. That's for my husband, so I consider that a good buy. And there's the ring dish. There's the sign. And finally, the Be Our Guest sign that ends up looking completely different at the end. And there's this sign. I don't know if that was $1 or $3. I tried to remember, and then I took off the price. So sorry. And again, that one was on clearance at Michael's. It was only a few dollars. I can't imagine that being more than $5. And there you have it. My project that didn't go according to plan but worked out anyway. Thanks for watching.